Today. I've been debating a while about whether or not I wanted to put this video or live stream out there. Completed the talk with our experts this week. Been reading a lot of economic data. Looked at the scary Q1 data for GDP, but the internals that really made it up. And something I've always believed back when I was in sales leadership, back when I managed individuals, when I did my investing, was my job is to protect the downside and then let the upside take care of itself. If you've been following this channel for a length of time, you can see that my thoughts on where we are in this event have started to evolve. I am starting to see real pain at the consumer level. The amount of help that we have given the individuals is not enough. I believe we've missed the opportunity to create a bridge to survive what I think will become a depression. We should have been doing monthly payments to at least the unemployed at some level, right? The people most impacted by this during this event. We shouldn't be going into bill number 4 or 5 and not be talking about it. It's a shame that this hasn't happened, and it's frankly too long, right? The $1,200 hasn't even hit most accounts yet. So we asked 30% of our economy to stay home. Those individuals traditionally sell hours in public forums, so they can't do their job from computers, from home, all of that. That loss of jobs will trickle up. This won't be a trickle down. We are going to start to lose. Higher paying jobs as companies realize that this is not coming back. I still know that there are sales funnels out there full of garbage, as that was my career in my network. And a lot of them will hold it to the very end and say, oops, deal slipped. It's just going to happen. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm laying my thought process out there for you because I want debate. I'm constantly thinking about this stuff because I'm putting real money to work and I'm trying to help people as well. So first off, I think unemployment stays above 10% for up to 2 years. From 18 months to 2 years, we are going to have an unemployment rate above 10%. I don't think we see 3.5% unemployment again in the next decade. What do you think? Really two metrics there, right? Unemployment above 10% through 2021 for sure. Probably until the summer of 2022. I mean, that can't feel good. That's 2 years, 24 months. It's more than that because we're into it now. So it's like 27 or 28 months. Not good. GDP, I don't think GDP gets back to 2019 peak, right? Take the GDP from 2019. And I bet you we don't see that print until 2023 or 2024. That's a long freaking time, right? So not good. I think bankruptcies have just started, big and small. Just in the last 60 minutes, I saw J. Crew looking to go bankrupt. It's a clothing brand, retailer clothing brand. Hertz Rent-A-Car, missing lease payments, might go BK. There's going to be a lot of companies that get in line to go bankrupt, to reposition debt, to do loan workouts, to break covenants. This is going to be bad. The biggest thing for me, as someone who's been tracking the consumer and consumer behavior for 20 years, this is the first event that I believe is going to change consumer behavior and make it long lasting. When you research the Depression, There were generations impacted by that never changed. I think we are going to have consumer psychology changed. And what do I mean by that? I mean the era of buying new iPhones every year. And I pick on iPhones just because I'm recording on an iPhone, in full disclosure. Having endless shoe collections or belts, that expensive stuff, I believe that is over. The fake it till you make it, the Instagram's pictures, over. We are going to stop that. And that is going to hurt retailers. It's going to have a huge ripple effect, and it's going to last a long time. So what do you do? Again, right? If you acknowledge the downside, you acknowledge that we are at the very beginning of a depression, and a depression could last 2 to 4 to 6 years. What do? You certainly don't give up. You certainly don't run away. That's not what that is. No, Jeff, you don't talk to yourself. You're not talking to yourself. First thing you got to do is protect your day job. You have to protect your day job. 2 years ago, or even as soon as Q4 of last year, people were saying, should I quit my job and do real estate full time? Should I do this? Should I do that? No. Keep your day job. If you are lucky enough to have your day job in this environment, keep it. Hold it tight. Bank that money. Become lendable. If you don't have a day job, you are not getting a loan in this environment. 2 years ago, sure, you could get a loan. Not today. You need a day job. Keep it. Don't even think about quitting. In fact, if you have a day job, do whatever you can to make sure you are extremely secure. Don't get stuck on a little branch of some product that's not generating revenue. You need to be attached to revenue. Revenue, revenue, revenue. Customers, customers, customers. As far as new builders, if they are building for rent, good. If they're building truly affordable homes, and that affordable homes is different by market, that is the only place to be, is affordable homes or build to rent. This high-end stuff, as I talk about all the time on this channel, medium home prices, it's got to be below the median price. Next up, again, how do you protect yourself? Keep your day job, number one. Number two, cut expenses. If you've read our story in One Rental at a Time, the only reason we were able to continually invest is we took our expenses from spending everything we made to spending 50%. We lived on 50% of our income for 15 years. It can be done. It is time. The good news is a lot of you have a kickstart. The last month or so, maybe 2 months, you've naturally been cutting expenses. Hold on to that. This is about earn, save, invest. That's what this is about. The next thing you need to do is you need to figure out what is your side hustle. What is the thing you want to do after hours, before hours, on the weekend? Buy 350K homes? No, that's not what I'm talking about. You got to figure out what your side hustle is. You got to find something that is going to take care of you into retirement. I have proposed for a long time that if you simply got to 4 rental properties, conservatively financed, 20-25% down, 30-year money at 3.5%, that your life will be better. No more relevant than that is today. If you were retiring today and you had 4 free and clear rental properties and money in your 401k, where would you feel better? Yes, I know the stock market is within 10% of its all-time high, or 12%, or whatever it is, but where would you feel better? Do you really think it's going to stay there? Or would you like the cash flow from free and clear rental properties? I propose you would probably like both, in all honesty, but having that diversification feels pretty good. So again, if you don't have your first rental property, let's talk about getting you one in the next 2 to 4 years, because there will be deals to be had, to be made. Because again, we are going into a cycle where there will be plenty of pain, unfortunately. And again, conservatively financed. None of this freaking buying for appreciation nonsense. None of this, oh, I'm going to buy because it's a 200K discount. No, you can get crushed buying a wedge deal. You buy a wedge deal in the wrong market, it's a surefire way to go bankrupt. Don't do it. Next, a couple of rules of thumb that I highly recommend. First and foremost, trust yourself. Stop betting on other people to put deals together and they just want to use your money to make those deals. You need to trust yourself. You need to learn a market, need to do the homework, understand what the deal looks like, understand what a bad, average, good, and great deal is. That is your number one and only job. Real estate investing, other than that, is very simple. You make your money when you buy. Go freaking learn your market. Don't stop trusting other people. There are lots of people who put in equity into big deals that have lost it. They don't know it yet, but they've lost it. You've got to buy below the median. If your market median price is 250, buy at 180. If your median is 500, buy at 350. The median in most markets is going to come down. You got to buy affordable homes so you have the most options. If you buy a house that is conservatively financed, done well, it's not a slumlord property, but it's put together well, you have an easier exit. It's just true. You can sell owner-occupant or the next landlord. This is about making sure you and your family have the most flexibility as we go through this depression and taking advantage of low interest rates that won't be here when inflation kicks in. You get a 3.5% investment loan today, you're going to be a genius in 3 to 5 years when inflation is 3%. Think about that. That's crazy. Don't chase markets. My biggest fear for a lot of new real estate investors is you're going to start to see headlines like this. Las Vegas, 30% off. Orlando, 20% off. And you are going to start chasing markets because of price drops. There's a reason these markets are going to go on sale. Don't chase. Look for bread and butter areas with a solid population and growing jobs. Vegas may not come back for a decade. New York, Manhattan, may not come back for a decade. This is changing psychology. I am convinced that New York is going to be net migration out, probably a significant percentage, and that is going to impact real estate prices. Next, single family homes. This nonsense of bigger is better is just not true. Historically, maybe 2012 to 2018, absolutely true, absolutely. Today, single-family homes are better markets. Single-family homes are better markets. You have the most option, the cheapest debt, the best cash flow, just better. Also, I believe consumer psychology is changing. This stay-at-home nonsense that we are all suffering through, people want backyards. There has never been an event that makes a house rental look better than an apartment rental. People, you can double up in a house and save money than renting 2 individual apartments. I don't know Austin, Texas all that well. It is a tech hub, obviously. It's not really oil dependent, is my knowledge. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of the course. Again, it's all about learning your market, comparing numbers. So I would appreciate your feedback when you go through the course. But again, single family homes are the best place to be. You're going to get the cheapest debt. You're going to get 30-year debt. Do you know that most multifamily deals, commercial paper, is 3, 5, 7, or 10 years? Do you want to refi in 5 to 7 years? You think rates will be this low? Go get that 30-year fixed money. Go get that 30-year fixed money. Houses, most options. You can sell to a landlord or owner-occupant. Figure out your market. I hope to buy more houses in the next 2 years than I have the last decade. Maybe the last 9 years, because I bought a lot in 2010. I want to buy more houses in the next 2 years than I did. Understand that. I believe something not being talked about today, but I find as an outcome of the Great Depression, is housing assistance goes up. I believe whatever dollars are allocated to housing assistance today doubles during the Depression that we're in. You can argue it, you can fight against it, doesn't matter. I think it's going to happen. So if those double, then what does that mean? More people, rents can actually go up because affordable housing is low. Yes, I think you'll be able to get your first rental in the next 5 years. Yeah, you won't have much competition. Next, again, I think demand goes up for houses. Again, I believe consumer psychology is changing. It used to be, hey, I want an apartment so I can have a gym and a pool and all these other amenities. Forget it now. I don't want to be trapped next to this person who doesn't wash his hands and lets his kids run all over the place. I want a house. I want my own backyard. I believe depressions, unlike recessions, change consumer psychology. I believe that is what is starting now. Now, this call is very early. I don't think anybody else is calling it. I would love, nothing would make me happier than to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. But my job is to protect the downside of my portfolio. I own a lot of rentals. I have a nice pile of cash. I want to be bigger on the other side of this depression. Yeah, Section 8 housing, you got to be careful with tenant selection. I think I've said this many times. I turn down 50% or more of my applications. I do not aggressively look for Section 8 tenants, but if they meet my criteria, credit score, references, income, all of that, I do say yes. I have 35% of my units are Section 8, and happy for it. I love Section 8 programs. But you have to realize that not all Section 8 tenants are created equal, just like cash tenants aren't created equal. But you have to watch out because, again, Section 8 tenants can destroy your house just like a cash tenant. In the end, depressions create opportunities. More millionaires were created in the Depression than any other time. You have to find a need. You have to be conservative. You basically have to survive so you can thrive coming out of it. So again, it's going to sound weird. I'm excited by what's in front of us as true investors. You got to take care of your house first, right? Your W-2, your income. Please, please, please lower your expenses. And please learn your market. Trust yourself. Don't trust other people. Trust yourself. And then, hey, if we get through this and it's only a recession, great. Even if it's just a bad recession, great. But if it turns into a depression that runs 2, 4, 6 years, then you're ready for it. Don't rush. That's the other point I forgot to make is don't try to catch a falling knife. Some people are already acting like they're going to rush into a burning building. Sometimes you need to let the building fall down, and then you put out the fire. Don't risk your life running in too soon. But again, you do that by learning your market. I can't stress enough, people. The only thing you should be doing now is learning your market, being focused, and building your confidence. This is the best time in the world, assuming you have your job. If you're one of those lucky ones that keep your job, let's make a difference. Let's make sure coming out of this, you are set up. When the economy takes off, inflation will pick up. You're going to have 30-year debt with a 3 on it. Some of you will have a 2 on it. You are going to be a genius. And when it's paid off and you're ready to retire, that'll be a good day. All right, well, that's what I wanted to put out there. I do think we are in a depression. I do think it has started. I know I'm early. I hope I'm wrong. But again, as long as you know it's here, you can take the right actions and prosper from it. All right, time to debate. Let me know what you think. Leave comments below. And again, I'll say it one more time. Nothing would make me happier than to be wrong. Take care.